I just love those boys. They think they're part of my power structure. They think they're part of the system. I'm busy putting cancer viruses in their vaccines. I'm busy putting poison in their water supplies. I'm busy doing everything. But as long as I talk in a voice like this, strut around in a cowboy hat, this is what I really wear at the ranch, they're going to love me. And they're going to be more than willing to give up all their liberties and all their freedoms. That Chavez almost just beat my free trade area of the Americas. That's a real problem. But the good news is coming in. General Motors and Ford laying off 30,000, 20,000 employees. The dollar's plunging, debts at all-time highs. I tell you, it couldn't be better for the New World Order. My hat is off to those boys. My hat's off to you, men. My tricornered hat is off to you. Now, of course, I don't really speak in an accent like this, but Texans and Southerners somehow are considered to be trustworthy and daring and heroic. In truth, my family speaks with a perfect Atlantic accent like my daddy, which is very akin to the British accent. Now, we may have been Tories in the Revolutionary War, but that doesn't matter as long as I strut around and act like I do right now. It doesn't matter. Like those boys you saw earlier, they're from Sheffield and London, England. Doesn't matter, wear a cowboy hat, strut around, suddenly they're Texans. Not that it matters if you're really a Texan, it doesn't make you better than nobody else, but just somehow it gives that image of that hot dog cowboy out there setting up World War III, baby. I tell you, though, the best part of this whole thing is that we're getting real close to being able to shut America down and destroy this country. And it won't matter. You see, we'll put Hillary in 08 or Schwarzenegger in 012. My brother Jeb in 012. He's saying he may run in 08 now. He always promised he wouldn't, but hell, promises are made to be broken. And it'll be the exact same agenda. The Democrats follow the exact same agenda, just different rhetoric. We have little fake arguments with each other. We fight over the levers of power. But you, the little fools, never figure that out. Our specialty is running S&L scams. Our specialty is partying. Our specialty is scams and BCCI and giving dictators tax money to buy weapons from us. And we love to party, and I'm a member of Skull and Bones, an admitted satanic order where we do mock human sacrifices and worship the devil. And they even put it on ABC News before he died. Peter Jennings got up there and said it's no big deal. Then I go to the Bohemian Grove, and they bust in all the male prostitutes, and we have us one hell of a time. Oh, there goes my hat. I tell you what, there's my little Christian sign there. That means I love Jesus. That means I love Jesus right there. Like my little buddy Pat Robertson, he's a good old boy. But what would you do if I talked in my real accent? What would you do if I talked in my Atlantic accent? Would you love me any more? What's wrong with having a president from Maine? Huh? You gotta admit, though, it's kind of manly, kind of sexy. I'm a Texan. I tell you, though, putting on this type of talking like this all the time, that gets a little bit tiring, kind of like them real Texans from Sheffield, England. Gets real tiring sometimes. Well, perhaps I should talk in my Atlantic accent. And sometimes my daddy even reverts right over into the British accent. But don't you mind that, my little pretties. Everything is absolutely A-okay, as they say. Just like my little buddy Tony Blair over there. He's certainly learned how to toe the line as of late, wouldn't you say? But seriously, let me get back into my good old voice. Yeah. People trust me a lot more than I do that. You know, they say I go to church every Sunday because I'm a Christian, but you look at my actual activities. I've spent more than every other president before me combined. That's right. I've spent more than every president before me combined. I've tried to get assault weapons banned. I've tried to get rid of the entire Bill of Rights, and I've gotten rid of most of it. I've tried to push for totally open borders. I've tried to pass for trade deals that'll totally shut our economy down, but transfer anything we got left into the private hands of these global corporations. I've signed back on to UNESCO for UN regulation and Agenda 21 of America. I've done everything you can imagine, and these idiots call me a conservative. This is the funniest thing I ever heard. Let me get really serious with you here for just a moment. I want you to meet my wife. Here she is right here. She's a beautiful little filly. Just look at her. Just look at how beautiful she is. Just look at her little face. She's a darling, darling sweetie pie right there. Just kiss on her. Oh, let me kiss her, baby. Oh, she's a good girl. Now, she's going to sit right here with me. She's going to sit right here with me for the next 20 minutes or so. Because I just appreciate her so much. Honey, after you join the most high-level satanic society in the world, Skull and Bones, because you've got to join that when you marry me, what was it like, baby? Tell me what it was like. You don't have anything to say? Well, that's all right. You're just a little puppet. Well, that's all right, girl. Listen, it won't even matter. All those fools, look at them out there with me, honey. Look at all those fools out there. They're going to buy every scam we run. They're caught in that false left-right paradigm. They don't care at all. They like being slaves, honey. Honey, don't be mean to them now. No, look at them. That's it. Look at them out there. Tell them what you think of them. You don't talk much, though, do you? Oh, you're a good Project Monarch wife. You've always been real good for me. You know, I'm sitting here tonight, and I decided to come on back down to the ranch so I could sit around. Remember a couple years ago, I brought that big fake greased turkey, that wax turkey to Iraq, and they had me on news feeding everybody that greased turkey. That was a good thing. Look at me right here, boy. I'm wearing a 10X Stetson right there. You can trust me 110%. You just need to let me run everything. Doesn't matter that I really don't run anything, that I'm a complete and total puppet for the financial interests that are controlling our society. It just don't matter no more. It don't matter no more. You're going to lay down and die for me and mine. You're a bunch of slaves, and you think it's real funny, don't you? Let's look at some of that news. Oh, Daddy's here. Oh, Daddy, how's it go? Oh, he sees you out there. Oh, this is another little Christian thing I do. Oh, so is your name Jeff Gannon, the male porn star? Oh, no, it's not. What's your name? Your name's Skeletor, by the power of Devil Skull. Oh, I just absolutely love it. Let's go over a few of these articles. I'm switching into my Georgia accent because it's so hard not to go into my Kennebunkport, Maine blue blood accent. It gets quite annoying. I have to get into this commoner type stance for you, and it gets quite old on a routine basis to have to do that. But let me get back into it here for you just a minute, boy. I love them boys that were on earlier. Let me just get into it. Why Hillary Clinton will be good for America. Conservatives might finally wake up to the reality of the two-party monopoly of power. From Battlestar Galactica to Commander-in-Chief, the cultural zeitgeist is promoting the notion that the next president of the United States will be a woman. The stage has been set for Condi versus Hillary to be the next political football used to distract America from anything of real substance. However, if Hillary Clinton is chosen as the next figurehead of the elite, it might actually be good for America. Myopic conservatives could finally wake up to the realize that George W. Bush and Hillary Clinton are two peas in the same pod. And then this creature, Paul Watson, goes into all the evidence of that. Here's another one, that little Madonna. She'll do anything to get attention, and she's coming out now saying 9/11 suspicious and all this other stuff suspicious. They just pile on the bandwagon there at the end. It doesn't matter. My bosses are getting ready to carry out more events, and you'll learn how to worship us. You'll learn how to give your rights up. You'll learn how to be slaves out there. You hear me?